Imagine filming raw footage in your own living room, backyard, or garage, and then turning it into a month of viral content without spending hours chained to your editing desk. It sounds like absolute magic, but honestly, it's not really sorcery. It's just how advanced modern creator tools are working right now. You've probably seen the massive buzz around generative AI tools, like Luma AI's Modify feature, where you can transform a simple video into a cinematic fantasy world. Turning yourself into a dragon riding kid or a cinematic zombie is wild and super fun for specific visual transformations. But if you're a content creator who needs consistent, frequent short clips from longer videos, you need something that solves a very different, practical problem. That's where Vizard comes in, and I promise, this isn't some scripted infomercial trying to sell you a dream. Think about the typical creator grind. You record an hour-long podcast, a deep dive live stream, or a tutorial, knowing there are golden, viral-worthy moments buried inside. Manually finding those 30 to 60-second highlights, trimming them, adding subtitles, resizing for every platform, and then scheduling them? That eats up your entire day. Vizard's whole purpose is automating that exact workflow, so you can stay focused on the creative process instead of the tedious chopping. Here's how it actually feels to use the platform. You upload your long video, and the AI immediately goes to work analyzing the footage for you. It hunts for high-energy bits, big reactions, jokes that land, and those specific hooks that make people stop scrolling on their feeds. Instead of you spending hours hunting through an hour of footage, Vizard pulls out those viral-worthy moments and auto-creates clips that are ready to go. It even gives you smart suggested edits, so the pacing perfectly hits the sweet spot for short-form platforms like TikTok and Reels. It really is like having a mini editor that deeply understands current short-form trends and what algorithms actually reward. But the automation doesn't stop at just spitting out clips, because scheduling is the other giant pain point most creators ignore. Posting consistently is the only way algorithms learn you exist. But manually queuing up 20 clips across every social platform is a total nightmare. Vizard's auto-schedule feature lets you pick your frequency, like posting once a day, and then it handles all the heavy lifting for you. You can simply set it and forget it, while the AI ensures you aren't posting the same type of content back to back. This hands-off approach is perfect if you are trying to scale your content without having to hire a full-time editor or a social media manager. Because planning is everything, Vizard provides a content calendar so you can see every single post at a glance. You can drag and drop posts, change captions, tweak the timing, or swap clips if something else becomes more relevant to your brand. It acts as a real control center for your short-form strategy, keeping everything organized so you aren't juggling multiple messy spreadsheets. Now, let's do a quick comparison because people will definitely point to tools like Luma AI, Runway, or CapCut as alternatives. Tools like Luma are mind-blowing when you specifically want to stylize footage or do heavy creative visual effects. If you really need to turn a bedroom dance into an animated dragon ride, those tools have that specific niche locked down. But most creators don't need a dragon every single day. What they actually need are consistent, high-quality clips that get posted at the right cadence. Other apps might do one thing great, like an amazing visual effect, but they often have steep learning curves or don't automate the long-form pipeline. Vizard's massive advantage is that it focuses on the creator's repetitive daily problems, finding moments, editing them, adding captions, and posting. That is a fundamentally different value proposition than a tool that only does stylized visual transformations. Think about a dad and son camping video. A VFX tool could turn that into a fantasy scene, which is awesome for one-off creative reels. But Vizard would find the 8 to 12 golden moments from that hour, like the dad jokes or funny reactions, and carve those into attention-grabbing clips. It auto-generates the captions, resizes everything for vertical mobile, and schedules them so you get a full week of content out of one afternoon. Both tools have their place in your kit, but they solve entirely different problems when it comes to growing an audience. Another thing I really appreciate is how Vizard handles captions and formatting, which is a massive brain suck for most creators. It auto-generates accurate subtitles and gives you quick style presets so your videos look consistent across all your social channels. It also handles aspect ratio conversions cleanly, so you aren't manually cropping and resizing for different platform requirements. And for teams, the calendar features and collaborative editing options are absolutely clutch for keeping projects on track. You can leave notes, swap drafts with a teammate, and keep everything in one spot rather than sending files back and forth over email or Slack. Of course, no AI tool is perfect. Sometimes it might trim a joke a second too early, but that is where Vizard's manual tweaks are so handy. The heavy lifting is automated, so you only have to touch the parts that really need that specific human taste and comedic timing. Compare that to paying a freelancer to pour over every single episode of your content, and Vizard becomes the much cheaper, faster option. Pricing is another angle people ask about, and some platforms lock their best features behind ridiculously high-tier paywalls. Vizard has a much more creator-friendly approach, focusing on the automation you actually use daily without forcing you to pay for flashy extras. That makes it accessible for solo creators and small teams who need predictable costs and real return on investment. If you like to experiment, the workflow is actually super flexible, allowing you to combine these tools for the best results. You can upload your long-form episode, let Vizard auto-generate clips, and then pick a few to run through a visual tool like Luma for a special effect. The combination is powerful. Use one tool for your artful, unique transformations, and another for your reliable, algorithm-friendly growth. What should you actually try right now? Take a recent long video sitting around, upload it to Vizard, and just see what the system thinks is viral. Don't overcorrect the AI at first. Pick the top 3 clips, tweak your captions if you want, and set a schedule for the next week. Watch how your content cadence instantly improves, and be prepared to be surprised by how many micro-audiences start showing up. If you make something cool, do me a favor and drop a link in the comments. I genuinely want to see what worked for you. Also, try this experiment. Take one clip, run it through a VFX tool for a one-off stunt, and use Vizard to push your steady content in the background. That way, you get the benefit of both worlds. The viral visual stunt, plus the steady, consistent content machine that actually builds an audience. Bottom line, flashy visual tools are fun, but if your goal is consistent growth, Vizard is built for that specific daily content grind. It finds the moments you would miss, edits them into shareable clips, adds captions, and schedules them so your calendar works for you. Try it on one episode, see the compounding effect, and you'll realize that one session of filming can suddenly become weeks of posts. That is exactly how modern creators scale their reach without burning out in the process. All right, go upload a video, play around with it, and tag me. I really want to see the clips you get. If you've used both types of tools, leave a comment with your experiment and let me know which combo worked best for your audience. Did you lean into the stylized VFX stunts, or did the steady Vizard pipeline grow your audience faster? I can't wait to hear your story.